batch of documents that we got in the last 24 hours has gotten a lot more scrutiny because there are hundreds of files that reference President Trump, unlike the other files that were released earlier. So we're going to show you just 3 of them. And keeping in mind this first one, you saw a little bit of it here. The Justice Department now says they conclude this is a fake postcard because they say not only is the post date after the death of Jeffrey Epstein, but they also say that the up in the right-hand corner, it says Northern Virginia, neither of which would have come from Northern Virginia, neither Epstein nor Larry Nassar. But this is what it is. And what it says here is, and I'm quoting, our president also shares our love of young, nubile girls. When a young beauty walked by, he loved to grab, snatch, whereas we ended up snatching grub in the mess halls of the system. Life is unfair. Again, purportedly from Jeffrey Epstein to Larry Nassar, another convicted sex criminal, something which the FBI now says they have disproven. We have seen documents within the FBI that show they did a forensic analysis of the handwriting, but we haven't seen any documents that have shown what that analysis concluded. The FBI today says disregard it completely. Nonetheless, it got a lot of attention. Another document that also seemingly got a lot of attention was a memo from a limo driver reportedly talking to authorities, and it actually accused President Trump and Jeffrey Epstein together of rape, which is obviously a very heavy allegation here. Quote, Donald Trump had raped a girl along with Jeffrey Epstein. This limo driver told authorities that he had heard that happened. Another last document that also made the rounds today doesn't have to do directly with President Trump, but it is an internal email from the Department of Justice that talks about 10 co-conspirators, the names of whom in further documents are actually redacted. But it describes some of them, that they were in places like New York. There was one in Ohio. There was one in Boston. And you see there Chuck Schumer, the Senate Minority Leader, asking the question and sharing this document. Who are these co-conspirators? Why haven't we seen the memos? Many of the victims, the Epstein survivors, want names like these to be released. Now, having said all that, earlier today, the Department of Justice put out a memo that specifically relates to all of the files dealing with President Trump. And essentially, it was a warning saying, do not believe everything you see just because they're released in the memo. They effectively said that many of the claims made in the Epstein files regarding President Trump are salacious and are untrue.